Hello there everyone and welcome to a Lotus Frame Layering Guide video. First up, I've stamped all of the images from the stamp set, and I'm then going to be taking the first stencil from the stencil set and I'm going to pop that into place over the largest of the flowers that we have. So for the base layer here, I will be using the baby pink ink to add that through the stencil. I am using a small blending tool, but you could use a larger one if you wanted to. Once that's done, I'm then going to take the stencil, I'm just going to move it up slightly and just add in the darker points to the image. So for this layer here, I will be using the fuchsia ink. Again, I'm just using that small ink blending tool to add the ink through, and I'm just using the same blending tool that I used for the lighter colour as well. Once that's done, I can move that stencil over again, and this is just going to add in that little centre that we have, and I'm just going to be using some of the pumpkin pie ink to add that in. And then going to move on to stencil number 2, and this has the smaller flower, and I'm just going to place the base into place on the image. And for this layer here, I will be using the baby pink ink. I'm just using the same colours as I used for the larger flower. Once that's done, I can move that stencil over, and this is just going to add in the darker shadow to the smaller flower. For this layer here, I will be using the same as before, so I'll be using that fuchsia ink. And as before, I'm just using the same ink blending tool that I used for the pink one. Once that's done, I'm going to add in the smaller of the leaves. So this is on the second stencil. And I'm just going to be using the parrot to add in the base layer to this one. I'm just using a mini blending tool, but you could use a larger one too. Once that's done, I'm just going to move that stencil over to add in the deeper shading to the center of this little leaf. Now it doesn't have to line up perfectly, it's just going to add in a darker center. Once that's done, I'm going to move on to stencil number 3, and I'm going to add in the kind of cupped leaf that we have here. As before, I'm going to use the same colors, so I will be using the parrot ink to add in the base layer to this one. You could use a blending tool that's larger to add it in quicker if you wanted to. Once that's done, I'm going to move the stencil over, and this is going to add in the darker shading to the bottom and also the cut part of the leaf. I'm just lining that up right at the base. Once that's done, I'm going to move over the stencil again, and this is going to add in the larger of the flat leaves. And I will be using parrot for the base, move that stencil over to add in the deeper shading to the center, and for the deeper shading, I will be using the olive ink. Once that's done, I can remove the stencil, and that is all of the layering complete. We really do hope this video helps. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again really soon. Bye bye.